Oh, I long for the day when people actually read. I long for the day when actually maybe somebody will click and read what I wrote about what today is about. If I could have one day, just one, where everyone who joins my stream knows what's going on, that would be great. Okay, so what's the topic? The topic is conversation. A friend in every corner with Teacher Mark. On this stream, I chat with people, okay? I talk to people around the world. I want to have at least one friend in every country, okay? I want to have at least one friend in every country. But I am an English teacher. So if you have questions about English, then I'll try to help you. Okay? How can I pronounce c'est la vie? I'm not a French teacher, but I know how to pronounce that. C'est la vie. It's a French term that means such is life. Such is life. And it just is a phrase that we say. It's a great phrase to say anytime things are frustrating or anytime things are it's not always, you don't always have to say it for bad things, but I usually do. So when things are difficult, sometimes I say, c'est la vie. Such is life. Sometimes life is hard, right? So, but again, you can use it for other feelings. Arman, you are not the only one from Afghanistan here. I have 81,000 followers. I think, about 1,000 followers in Afghanistan. Okay? So you might be the only Afghani here right now, but I have at least 1,000. Okay? It says word games. Oh, let me check my schedule. Did I make a mistake on my schedule? Let me look. I don't think so. Today's Wednesday, right? So Wednesday should be last night, Crystal. Last night was my say it without saying it game, word game. Is that what you mean? Right. So I think that's still right. Yeah. Yeah, last night was the say it without saying it word game in the VR. But I think there is a couple of there are a few issues I need to fix on my schedule that I'm going to try to do this week. Okay, so hopefully it'll be fixed soon. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a problem. Somehow the way I'm loading my streams, it does them twice. And I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why it does that. But I'm working on it. Okay? And Flavia, hello Flavia, the word you're looking to pronounce is Q. It's like the letter Q. Okay? But thank you for pointing that out to me, Crystal. I appreciate it. Just a Bing Cafe. Well, I heard Bing Cafe. 每天我喝. Hello, Mo. Thank you very much. Okay, so so did you are you still here? Who is it who asked about C'est la vie? Tivat, are you still here, Tivat? You are. Do you understand about it, Tivat? About C'est la vie? It just means that's how it is. That's how life is sometimes. C'est la vie. Such is life. Okay? It's a good one to know. And it is a French saying, but we do say it in English. Okay? We do use it in America. At least smart people do. Okay, who wants to come chat? And there's another question here about cabin fever. Cabin fever is it's an idiom or a phrase that means sometimes in the winter, Tivat, in America, we are stuck inside for a long time because of the snow and the cold. And when you are stuck inside and you can't go outside for days or weeks or even months, then you get frustrated and you feel like, I want to get out. That's called cabin fever. Okay, so anytime you are stuck inside for an extended period of time, usually because of the weather, then you can say, I have cabin fever. Okay? What's the difference between derogatory and inappropriate? Inappropriate is more general. Derogatory means rude and offensive, aggressively rude and offensive, right? So the word derogatory, let's see, it comes from the Latin word derogatorius or derogatus, meaning to take away or to detract from or to diminish. So let me read, hold on. So the DE means away, and rogare means to propose. Interesting. To stretch out the hand. Wow, that's interesting. Hold on, I want to read a little more and find a better. There it is, derogative. Okay, so this is more from the French word derogatif, or the Latin word derogativus, which means to diminish. Yeah. Anyway, derogatory is more aggressive. Inappropriate could be about anything. So if you say, I think you're a blah, 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 and you're a beep, and you're a beep, and beep, 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 that's derogatory language. But inappropriate is if you're asking me questions about German, how, German grammar in an English stream, technically that's an inappropriate question. But inappropriate is often used to describe something similar to derogatory. So inappropriate is talking about things that don't match with the feeling or setting of what you're doing. So inappropriate language could be, for example, if you're in my classroom, you come to my class and I call on you to answer a question, and you answer with, "What's up, Teacher Mark? Yo, 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 hello." Whatever. That's inappropriate language for a classroom. That is not how you should speak to a teacher in a classroom. That's inappropriate, right? Or if you're playing music in my room when I'm teaching, That's inappropriate, right? So inappropriate is more of a general term to describe any behavior or action that should not be happening at that time or at that moment or at that place. Okay, derogatory is a little bit more talking about language, offensive language that you use towards someone to diminish them. Okay? Yeah. Understand, Crystal? Good. Okay. What's the difference between creepy and quirky? Creepy is derogatory. If you say he's creepy, that means you're saying that you're implying something bad about that person. Something about that person makes you feel uncomfortable, like they could want to do something bad to you. They are creepy. So, Mona, do you know the word creep? To creep, the verb to creep, means to move like this. Like a tiger that's going to attack. That's creeping. Okay? So, when we call a person a creep, it's like that. It's like this person gives me the feeling that they might do something bad to me. Like a tiger is, when a tiger crawls up on you like this, that's not a good thing, right? But quirky. I'm quirky. Quirky means someone who is eccentric. It means you have behaviors that are maybe not considered popular by many. I love etymology. That's a quirky behavior, you know. I love listening to certain kinds of eccentric music. I like eccentric art. I like eccentric things. So eccentricity and quirkiness are somewhat synonymous. Okay? Yeah, it's even a song. I'm a creep. Right? Great song. Grace, good to see you, man. Long time no see. How have you been? Great song. Actually, it's funny, Grace, because I'm kind of a Radiohead who makes the song Creep. I have a love-hate relationship with that band. I think they're brilliant. I think they're tremendous musicians. But I also think that they're not, because just once, write a happy song. The entire catalog of Radiohead is dark, sad, somber, poor me kind of sounding music. So I love them, but good God, man, can't you guys get together and just write one song that has even a minutely positive vibe? I feel like they have only one sound, and it's a great sound, but it's also very limited. Hello, Fabo. Hello, Appy, I'm fine. So the word weird. Weird is an interesting word. Weird used to have a negative connotation only. He's weird, she's weird. In it almost meant creepy. Sometimes it still does have that meaning, but actually, I feel that weird has changed in a sociological way. The viewpoint of the word weird has changed. We used to think that people who were weird were always bad, but now we recognize that maybe they're just different, right? And again, I'm quirky, I'm weird, and I'm quite proud of that. Not embarrassed at all. And I prefer weird people. Weird people are more interesting to me. Okay, normal, kind of boring. Normal is kind of boring. I like weird. Weird tells me that you have the confidence to be yourself. Normal tells me you're afraid. You're afraid to do anything that someone might think is weird. That's not a good thing. Weirdo can be positive or negative depending on how you say it, right? So weirdo could have a derogatory connotation, or it could have a positive connotation. He's a weirdo. I like him. That means I like how quirky and eccentric he is. But if you say he's a weirdo, that's derogatory. What's the difference between creep and climb? Lena, climb is to climb a ladder, to climb a mountain. Going up in elevation is climbing. If you go up the mountain, you are climbing, okay? But if you go up the ladder, then you are climbing. Creeping is on the ground. You creep on the floor, on the ground, okay? Leo wants to know which phonetic sounds need to open the mouth more. Vowels. A, E, I, O, U. Look at my mouth. A, E, I, O, U. That's why it sounds so clear. A, E, I, O, Big. The long vowels and the short vowels. Big open mouth. I'm glad you're doing well, Grace. It's good to see you again, my friend. Yes, it has been a long time. Nirvana is the same. You're right. Nirvana is the same, kind of. But, Mona, the only difference is Nirvana is a band that came from the 90s Seattle grunge music scene. And the grunge music scene of the 90s was all about complaining. That's what it was. There was a group of people in the 90s who were very unhappy with the way things were, and so the music reflected that. And almost all the bands that came out of that area at that time have that sound. That's why they started categorizing it as a new kind of music called grunge. And one of the qualifications of grunge is generally it's kind of dark, meaning it favors negative emotions more than positive ones. Okay? And, Nancy said perhaps they're depressed. Some of them were. Kurt Cobain was depressed, and he committed suicide. Yeah. Mass says, I loved Creep and High and Dry only. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. Yeah, that's right. Quirky is always positive. Let me think about that. I think so. Either positive or neutral, but I don't think it's negative. Okay? All right. All right. Sunny has a question about how to think in English. Sunny, let me ask you a question. How do you think in Chinese? When you were a baby, I want you to imagine you were a baby. How did you learn how to think in Chinese? Did you start with really hard words? No. Right? You started with simple words. Right? So that's how you should start thinking in English. The only reason why you can't understand how to think in English is because you're trying to think of difficult things, and you can't do that yet. Okay? When you learn how to ride a bike, many people start on a baby bike called a tricycle. Okay? A tricycle has 3 wheels, and it's much easier for a baby to ride on, right? To use. Why do we do that? Why not give the baby a motorcycle? Motorcycle's better than tricycle. Why don't we give the baby a motorcycle? Because you must crawl before you walk. You must walk before you run. Okay, so 如果你要想英文，你需要想简单的英文，第一次的，简单的。Okay? Lozo says, I have the feeling that if you need to teach English and you are not a native English teacher, it will be hard because people think that you are not supposed to make mistakes. You know, Lozo, I just found a picture that I really like. Let me see if I can show it to you. This picture might make things a little better for you. Does anyone know who Werner von Braun is? Do you guys know who Werner von Braun is? Have you ever heard of Werner von Braun? German guy from around the World War II era. Werner von Braun was a German rocket scientist. Okay, he was a rocket scientist. The history of Werner von Braun is very, very... it's not great, okay? But I have a picture I want to show you that might make you think a little. Okay, let me show it to you. Let me find my... There it is. Whoops, let's bring this over here. Okay, let's see. Let me share this and read it. Yes, he moved to the U.S. That's correct. What does that say? What does that say? It takes 65,000 errors before you are qualified to make a rocket. I like that. I like that. It takes 65,000 errors before you are qualified to make a rocket. So, anyone who wants to do something well is not afraid of making mistakes in order to learn. Anyone who wants to do something well is not afraid of making mistakes in the pursuit of learning. Okay? So, Lozo, if someone doubts you, let them doubt you. If they want your help, they can get your help. If they don't want your help, fine. That's what I say here. Lozo, guess what? I'm a native speaker. I am an English teacher. I am certified. I have more than 16 years of experience, but people still doubt me here all the time. Non-natives sometimes doubt me. Natives sometimes doubt me. And do you know what I say? That's fine. You don't have to believe me. I don't care. If you don't believe me, fine. I'm not here to argue with you. I have a viewpoint. If you like my viewpoint and you find it helpful, good for you. If you don't like my viewpoint, there's the door. Okay? Okay, let's see. Hello, Jack. How are you? Can I explain the difference between unite, gather, and assemble? Okay, whoops. Let me think about that for a moment. Okay, so gather is a general term that means to bring many things together. Okay, so the word gather, well, this might make it easier for you. One moment, let me look up something. Let's see. One moment. To gedere, meaning to... So, Jack, the word together, it means to gather. They are related. Okay? Gather is the root form of an old word, or I should say, there is a root form of the old word that now means gather. And if you put them together, to gather things, I have this and this and this, and I'm going to bring them here. That is to gather together. Right? So gather is a more general word. Assemble can mean gather, but it also can mean to put things to build something, right? So for example, if you go to IKEA and you buy a desk, if you buy a desk from IKEA, then what do you need to do when you get home? You need to assemble it. So assembling is gathering the parts and putting them in the right place to build something, right? That's assembling. Although, again, it does have another meaning, like we assembled in the room, just meaning gathering or gathering data. Okay, so sometimes assemble means the same thing as gather. Sometimes assemble means to build using the parts that you brought together. Unite is a term that does mean, it has a similar meaning to together, but it's usually used to describe feelings. Okay? So, for example, when we say the United States of America, the word united it has a meaning more than just physically together. It means we are conceptually together. Right? So it's not just the states themselves, it's the people. It's the concept. Okay? These United States. Okay? So, to unite, it's a slightly more formal word, one, and it's usually used when we're talking about either more abstract concepts or countries, United Kingdom, United States. But again, why would they say United Kingdom and not the Together Kingdom or the Assembled Kingdom? Because united is a word that we use that we're talking about values. We're united in values, okay, or some sort of concept. All right? Thank you, Crystal. But, you know, there will always be new people here, Crystal, and thinking in English is kind of my hallmark teaching concept. So I'm sure I'm going to have to explain it at least another 10,000 times in my lifetime. And that's fine. Okay? What kind of music do I prefer? Nancy, there's a famous American jazz musician, a jazz composer. His name was Duke Ellington. very, very famous. And he said, there are only two kinds of music, good music and the other kind. I like good music. Can I speak with a Western accent? Well, there are many Western accents, Liu Yang. So which one are you asking me to do? I have a Midwestern accent called the Midland accent. This is called a Midland accent. I live in Ohio. 在美国就是中部. Okay, but we call it, the area I live in is called the Midwest. It's really weird because it's not the West. I live in the Mid-East of America. Like Arthur Morgan. Oh, I don't even know who that is. Who's Arthur Morgan? Oh, he's a voice actor. Oh, you want me to speak like a cowboy? I probably could, but why? It's not useful. It's not helpful. I would highly recommend not talking like that. Okay? Let me put it to you this way, guys. I just thought of this. If you are not from the United States and you are choosing an accent, it's a little bit weird if you choose a Texas accent, but you have never lived in Texas. I find that a little weird. Accents are something that you acquire over time because you live there. Okay? Why do people in Beijing sound like they're from Beijing? Because that's the accent of Beijing. Okay? But why do I not have a Beijing accent when I speak Chinese? Because it would be weird. I don't live there. I've never lived there. Why would I choose that accent? No. There is a more general Chinese accent that's more common. That's what I tend to gravitate towards. Okay? So, if you're learning English and you want to choose an accent, I recommend choosing one that's more neutral, like mine. Because if you choose a Boston accent, for example, you know, my friend Chris here is from Boston, and if you've never lived in Boston, but you start speaking with a Boston accent, that's weird. Not in a good way, weird. Okay, see? Look, weird, sometimes negative. In this case, I'm saying that's strange. Okay? 13 thankful thinkers thought through Thursday's thrilling theme. 13 thankful thinkers thought through Thursday's thrilling theme. I like that one. That's a good one for TH people. Anybody who needs to work on TH, that's a good one. You are speaking Arabic with your family, Turkish at school, and English with yourself, and sometimes German at German class. That's great, Jack. Very good. That will create great plasticity in your mind, flexibility of your mind. Jack says, why don't you answer common questions about learning English and upload them onto YouTube? Yeah, so that's a project I just started working on last week. Yeah, FAQs, frequently asked questions. I'm working on it. I just only have so many hours in the day, Jack. Yeah, but I'm working on it. Sachdeva says, I have one issue. How can I make a sentence... Huh? Sachdeva, you should say, I am going to Delhi, or you should go to Delhi. I go to Delhi is not correct. Unless there could be a few very, very rare situations where you could use that form, but I would not recommend it in most cases. I am going to Delhi. You should go to Delhi. But that's not a method. Those are two different things. I am is just I am. You should is telling someone else what you think they ought to do. The best thing that the best choice they should make. You're recommending something to them. You're giving them advice. Musk succeeded in several times. Musk didn't. Musk's people did. Musk didn't do anything. His people did. Please remember that. He didn't make the rocket. He didn't design anything. He hired the people who did all the work for him. If you think he's at home working on rocket plans, you don't have any idea. He plays video games all day. He tweets all day. He does not make rockets. His people make rockets. He does not make cars. His people make cars. He owns the company. Okay? Does the CEO of McDonald's make hamburgers? No, he does not. His people make hamburgers. Understand? Buzzkill, Tivat. Buzzkill is a slang term that means somebody who's always putting down, they have a bad attitude. That's all you have to say. They have a bad attitude. So you're at a party, right? Everybody's having fun and everybody's enjoying themselves, and your friend comes to the party and they say, "Life is so depressing." That's a buzzkill. So the buzz means excitement, fun, happiness. People are having fun. And you come in with your bad attitude and kill it. You kill the fun. That's buzzkill. So the guy who comes to the party who's all sad and depressed, he's a buzzkill. It's okay to be sad and depressed, but don't go to the party. Or don't bring your negativity to a positive environment. Okay? Who will correct me if I make mistakes? You are not going to learn from your mistakes, you're going to learn from correction. Abdel, that is not entirely true. Okay? How does a baby learn how to walk? Abdel, have you ever seen a baby? They get up and they fall. They get back up, they fall. They get back up, they fall. Is anyone telling them what to do? Did anyone tell them, no, you're doing it wrong? No. So, with careful observation and awareness, yes, you can fix your own problems without any outside help. So when I say with careful awareness, that means if you study English grammar and you continue to use English and make mistakes, you will find your mistakes. It might take a little time. It might take falling down a lot, but you will learn. Okay? And Abdel, in this era that we live in now, there are a million ways for you to find mistakes on your own. For example, ChatGPT. talk to ChatGPT and ask it to correct you. Nobody else is involved. That's you. You are finding your mistakes by using a tool. No one is correcting you. That is a tool you are using to find your mistakes. Okay, let's see. Sachdeva, let me give you some advice. 1, be patient. That's the first piece of advice I will give you. Knowledge takes patience and dedication to achieve. If you are impatient, you will not acquire knowledge. Okay? And quite honestly, I don't understand your question. Your question is not a question. You said, how can I make the sentence? What sentence? I go to Delhi, I should go to Delhi. Those are two very different sentences, so I don't understand your question. So, my recommendation is take a moment, be patient, be dedicated, sit down, and carefully think of the question you need to answer, or you need to ask me, okay? If your words are not clear, then I cannot help you, okay? The theory of mirror. Well, that's interesting. I don't think I've heard that before. Yes, this is also on YouTube. What about the Southern accent? Yeah, same thing. Same thing. If you move to America and you live in Texas, then yeah, fine. Please, that's great. Do the Southern accent. That's fine. If you live in Texas, no problem. If you don't live in Texas, then it's weird. And people will say, let's say you're from China or from India, and you choose to learn the Texas accent, but you've never been there. Someone's going to say, huh? Huh? What? Why? Why did you do that? Okay? She's talking about the sentence itself, how to make a sentence. That's a long grammar explanation that would require at least 30 minutes for me to explain the entirety of sentence structure in English grammar. What I recommend is get an English grammar book. Type in this into Google. Type in this. Please explain simple English sentence structure. Okay? Type this into Google or into ChatGPT, and it will explain it. And guess what? You can even ask it to translate into Hindi so that you understand clearly. Okay? So if you're looking for that, Sachdeva, use that. Type that into Google or ChatGPT. It will explain it. You can ask it to translate to Hindi if you need to. Okay? Can I study Japanese and English at the same time? Of course you can. It's not easy, but you can. You can study English and Chinese and Japanese and French and German and Portuguese and Latin and anything. You can. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, though. How much money did I earn from Hello Talk? Why do you think I get paid? Why do you assume I get paid from Hello Talk? Hello Talk doesn't pay me anything. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Zero. Zilch. Nil. Nothing. Hello, Belen. Good to see you. Big hugs. Can I please pronounce this one? Compartmentalization. Compartmentalization. That's the way to say that. I can't imagine what would be the other way. I'm trying to imagine any other stressed accent that would make sense. No, compartmentalization. That's how you say it. Liu Yang, yes, if you want to have private lessons with me, you can go to my website and buy lessons from me. I am a teacher. Go to my website. I have many Chinese students. I have many students from many countries, all ages. Go to my website and you can buy lessons from me. Okay, one-on-one. I promise I can help you. Your most favorite depressing song is Knocking on Heaven's Door covered by Guns N' Roses. I'm glad you said covered by Guns N' Roses because that means you know that they didn't write that song. That's good. Bob Dylan, I think, is the first one who did that. Let me check. I think it was him first. Yeah, that's Bob Dylan originally. Zephrine, no, it's not about root words today. Today is just about anything. Okay? 都可以，随便。Thank you very much, Zoe. Zephrine, you can understand my English because it's my job. It's my job. They should pay. Well, tell them. Maybe if you tell them, maybe they will. I'm hoping that one day, I'm hoping they will make a subscription model, which means that if you want to support me, you can click on the button to subscribe and pay some amount of money every month if you want to support me. I need to eat just like anyone else, right? It would be great if they had subscriptions, because then it would encourage more people to be really serious here, right? Most people who turn on their camera on Hello Talk, sorry, but no, most of it is... What I have seen is mostly garbage. What I have seen from most of the people who do live streams and voice streams is just garbage. It's not educational, it's not helpful, it's not beneficial, it's not culturally valuable, and sometimes it's culturally damaging. Yeah, and flirting, yeah, all of that too. The amount of desperation on Hello Talk is stunning. Hey guys, look at me, guys. All of you, if you're a man, eyes here. I like girls, okay? But I'm not desperate. If you want a girl to like you, the best way to do that is be a great guy. It's not by flirting. Okay? It just isn't. All right? They're not going to like you because you said something like, "Oh, you're so beautiful, I want to marry you." No, that's desperate and pathetic. Be authentic. That's correct. Yeah. And guess what? You can find a nice girl or a nice guy on Hello Talk and you can make a connection. But it doesn't happen by being a weird creepy. Yeah, a creepy guy. And there are too many creepy guys here. Too many desperate guys. Desperate. And one of my favorite quotes is, "Desperation is a stinky perfume." Desperation is a stinky perfume. Chris, what's up, man? How you doing? Chris knows, right? Chris is also a good guy. Okay? When you're a good guy, you don't have anything to prove. Okay? If you're a good person, a good guy, a good girl, you don't have to prove it. Just be it. Okay? And if you sound desperate, if you seem desperate, no one is going to think that's great. Okay? Why don't I create sessions? What do you mean sessions? What sessions? Define sessions. Jesus. Hello, Jesus. How are you? It's always good to see you, my friend. How are things in Costa Rica? One moment. That was weird. You're just a lovable fuzzy ball. I like that, Chris. Yeah, Chris, earlier I was talking about you because we were talking about accents, right? And now I want you to tell me how you feel, and please be honest because maybe I'm wrong, okay? I told them that if they're learning English and they're looking to choose an accent, I think it's a little bit strange to choose an accent that has a specifically regional sound to it. Meaning, if you've never lived in Boston and you choose to learn the Boston accent, I think people are going to think that's a little weird. People are going to say, like, wait a minute, why do you sound like you're from Boston when you've never lived in Boston? Why do you sound like you're from Texas when you've never lived in Texas? I find that to be a little, at least odd or quirky, if not just plain weird. Right? What do you think, Chris? What do you think? And Mohammed Asmol Sheikh over in my YouTube channel, if you're still there, if you want to learn English for IELTS, then please go to my website. And on my website, sign up, and you'll find there's a button there for IELTS preparation. Okay? I have lots of resources for you to study for the IELTS on my website. Okay? And hello, Christian. I like that name. Is it necessary to change the accent? What do you mean, Zephrine? Change from what? Do you mean, is it necessary to remove your Chinese accent? Is that what you mean? Then the answer is no. You do not need to remove it completely. You do need to make sure it's clear. Okay? So you need to improve it so that it's sharp and clear, but it does not need to be like mine. Liu Yang says, there are many foreign words in the Japanese language. Well, guess what, Liu Yang? There are many foreign words in the Chinese language. Shafa, shala. Right? That's English. Shafa, sofa. Shala, salad. Those are called loan words. Every language does that. Every language does that. Okay? What does matter is your accuracy, not your accent. Yeah, right. Accuracy or clarity, I think is better. Accuracy might be too much because accuracy implies perfection sometimes. Okay? Accuracy implies perfection sometimes. Now, I'm curious. Let me look at my list of people here. I bet money he's not here anymore. Yep. So, do you guys see, did you see the comments from Good Boy? Good Boy, are you still here? Because I don't think you're still here. Good Boy came to my room. He said, hey, everyone, can you add me? Sir, can you add me? And then he left because I didn't immediately bring him on stage to talk to him. That's desperation. He left. No patience. No patience. I don't ever add anybody who just comes here and says, please talk to me. 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 Can you add me? Can you add me? Can I have the mic? Can I have the mic? Can I have the mic? No. No, you cannot. No, you need to learn how to properly introduce yourself and how to be patient. And if you don't have that, you don't belong in my room. Yeah, Crystal, the word accuracy. To be accurate is pretty, that implies more of your goal is closer to perfection, right? Clarity is more about understandability, right? So I think clarity would be a better word to use. Okay? Yeah, they keep typing the same sentence multiple times. Why would you do that? Why would you think that that's a good strategy to get noticed? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. That's a good strategy to get someone angry. That's a good strategy if you want to annoy someone. Your Majesty, can I have the mic? Make sure you say the. Okay? I remind you of Saul. You mean from Better Call Saul? I'll take that. I like. Who's that guy? Bob Odenkirk. Bob Odenkirk is his real name. I'll take that. I don't mind. Okay, so Claudio has been patient. Claudio would like to talk to me, so I will talk to Claudio. Claudio, would you like to come talk with me? Hello, Claudio. Hola.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Fine, very good too.
Good. And you're where? Where are you? Is that Chile?
Yeah, I'm from Chile.
That's what I thought.
My mother language is Spanish.
Ah, great. Wonderful. Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto too. Mucho gusto también.
Yeah. So tell me, what can I do for you today? Did you just want to chat, or do you have a question for me?
This is my first time in your live stream.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome. Welcome.
That very interesting that your conversation and your sentences, because it's important. Get into the new live stream. Be careful, and maybe it's possible. Come up on the stage, please, teacher. It's very important, the education.
Manners, just manners. That's all I'm asking for. Any teacher in any classroom wants you to have good manners. That's all. And if you come to somebody's room and you just keep repeating your question, it's not that different than if I meet you in person and I just start poking you and say, hey, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. You would not like that. You know, that would be annoying, right? And I know
I can patient. How do you say? I can patient.
I can be patient. That's right. I can be patient. Yeah.
Teacher, my English is very beginner, and I try every day speak or every day listen to live stream or other live stream, because it's very important for me listening. But I must say your English is very clear. Your pronunciation is very clear, and for example, for me, it's very important to understand you.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, Claudio. And today's live stream is a little different than most of my live streams or voice streams. On this, the title of today is called A Friend in Every Corner. So on this stream, I usually just talk to people and chat and have some conversations and make friends. Right? That's what I like to do, is make friends with people all over the world. But I am an English teacher. That is my job. And most of my streams, I teach about reading, writing, listening, speaking, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, accent, confidence, public speaking, any of those.
Conference speak.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So if you follow me, then there will be many, many useful live streams for you here, or voice streams for you here. But you sound good. You sound good, Claudia. And how long have you been using HelloTalk?
In HelloTalk, about 6 months ago.
Oh, okay, good.
But or maybe the last year, but the frequently or sometimes maybe the last 2 weeks ago, I entered to the everyday, for example, 1 hour or 13 minutes every day.
Well, that's good. That's good. Very good. Well, Claudio.
For example, my goal for this year is try the communication, try understand when other people speak in English. For example, my role in my company today is very necessary. Speak or communicate. For example, the most people in China. This is my object for this year.
Ah, okay, good. So you're using English to talk to people in China. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Good. That's why English is called a lingua franca. Lingua franca. It means common language. common language. So if I go to China, can I find someone who speaks Spanish in China? I can, but is it easier to find someone who speaks English? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so that's why English is a language that's used in many countries to bring people together to communicate. Because maybe I don't know Chinese, maybe they don't know Spanish, but you both know English, so you can chat, right? So so that's why it's good.
I think the before and after on the future, always the English is the universal idiom, for example.
That's right. Yeah, it's a universal language, right?
Universal language.
Good. Yeah, you sound good, Claudio. You sound good.
Teacher, I'm really happy because how do you say, is the impression for me when you, hi Claudio, come up on my stage. Oh my God, you are you are very popular in the Hello Talk. Maybe in your life, in your daily life, you very famous. I don't know.
I don't use the word famous. I have a lot of followers here, but that doesn't really, I don't like to think about how many people follow me. I like to think about what effect I'm having. That's what I try to think about. I'm not trying to gain popularity. I'm trying to affect the world. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give people advice that might benefit them. That's all. So if that is great, if people like that, then good. I'm happy.
Your effect, for example, for me is very important because I try keep going and keep practice every day, and I really happy because when you speak English is very clear. Then I every day I feel the comfortably because I understand when you try to speak, you try explain different topics, and for example, before you say, guys, it's not really really right. Come with me, take me, please.
Right. Yeah, and Claudio, I understand that many people, their English level is not very good, and so sometimes they don't know how to ask, or they don't know how to try to be polite. But that is one of the first things you should learn in any language. In any language, you should learn about what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, right? So manners, that's one. It's always good to be polite. And two, introduce yourself if you want someone to talk to you. That's social media. Social media has made people forget that you have to introduce yourself. I don't know you. Why should I care about who you are? If you talk to me. No. Whatever works in real life, it also works on the internet. Okay, so if you meet a person in real life, introduce yourself. Hello, my name is blah blah blah. Nice to meet you. That's the first thing. What did I say to you in Spanish? I said hola, mucho gusto.
But sorry, my apologies because when you say the Claudio Roman common stage, maybe I can't introduce myself because
No.
Very impression.
You were fine. You were fine. You did fine. Yeah, I introduced myself to you, and that was enough. Okay, so that's no. You didn't have any problem, Claudio. Yeah, but I just want everybody to understand that when you're on the internet, especially you young people out there, if you're on the internet, this is still real life. This is still real life. So if you if I see you in India or in China or in Japan or in France, if I walk up to you on the street and I just say, hey, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, you're going to think I'm a crazy, rude person. You're going to think I'm a crazy, rude person. So
I wanna take a picture in the camera.
Okay, go ahead.
Very good. Very good. I am sleepy. I am sleepy, but thank you, teacher. Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I have a question for you, teacher.
Okay.
Teacher. Would you like make in 5 years more?
Would I like what you mean? You mean what would I like to do in 5 years? Where would I like to be in 5 years?
Yeah.
That's a question that's.
But.
Okay. Yeah. So to be honest with you, that's a question that many people used to ask in the past. And it was a good question.
Okay.
But now I think it's not a good question anymore. Only because now life is changing too fast. And so it's really, if I say, well, in 5 years I'd like to be here, it's a fantasy. It doesn't matter because tomorrow could change so much that nothing will make sense anymore, right? So now I don't talk about 5 years, I talk about next year. Like 1 year. 1 year, I think you can still predict maybe your direction in 1 year. But I feel like speaking in about 5 years or 10 years, we used to do that all the time. Now, technology and there are too many social changes and technological changes that are happening too fast. So, to be honest, I don't think it's that valuable to even imagine 5 years from now. But I think it's good to talk about 1 year. Those are good goals. So in 1 year, I would like to build my following more. I would like to improve my Chinese. I would like to finish my book. I'm writing a book about my teaching methods. I would like to improve my YouTube channel more. So I have many, 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 many goals that I work on every day. Too many goals.
Very good. Very good, teacher. I understand all the conversation.
Good. Yes. And Claudio, you understand me because it's my job. That's why, right? But this is very important, guys, because when you talk to people on Hello Talk, 99% of the people on Hello Talk, they are not teachers. They're just regular people. And that means that many of them, their language ability is actually sometimes not very good.
Yes.
Sometimes native speakers, they use improper grammar. They use improper pronunciation. They use a lot of slang, and they don't speak slowly. They speak too fast. Right? So the majority of people who are here, it's hard to understand them because they are not trying to be understood. Right?
Yeah. Or maybe they use that application for the other topics.
That's right. Yeah, and that's fine too.
To do friends.
Yeah.
Or to do friendship. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And that's good too. That's fine. But my point is, if you are learning English, if you are trying to learn English, then you need to carefully think about who you're listening to. Not everybody is good to listen to. Some people don't speak well. Right? Just like in Chile, there are some people who speak Spanish brilliantly and very clearly, but there are some people who speak Spanish poorly. Right?
Yes.
And if I'm learning,
Chile is the most popular when speak Spanish. Is the very typical other words or slang.
Right.
Chile is maybe.
That's right.
A lot of contracts.
That's right. So maybe if I'm learning Spanish, there will be some people that I listen to and I'll say, oh, I understand you. your Spanish, I understand your Spanish, but there will be some people I don't understand. But the problem is not just my listening. The problem is also their speaking is not very good. Right?
Yeah.
So when you're listening, people, if you're trying to find someone to listen to, find someone good. Don't just listen to anyone. Listen to people who are good. Okay?
Very good.
Yeah.
Many thanks for your support, teacher.
That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. And again, Claudia, you sound good. I think you're doing well. Just keep working on it every day, you know? And again, you can follow me here. I'm here 10 times a week, about 10 times a week. I do 5 live streams and 5 voice rooms. And again, I teach about every aspect of English language. So,
thanks a lot. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Teach Mark. I follow you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I will follow you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Good to talk to you, Claudio. Claudio, do you have any other questions for me?
No, at this moment, I really appreciate with the conversation today for us.
Yeah, you can say I really appreciate the conversation we've had. We've had. Yeah.
We have.
Yeah.
And how do you say? I keep try everything, enter everything, listening and learn new vocabulary. This is very important for me.
Yeah, you can just say, practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, right? So just keep working.
Day by day, little by little.
That's right. Little by little. That's right. Yeah. Well, it was great to meet you, Claudio. It was great to talk with you. And
nice to meet you.
I look forward to seeing you next time. Yeah, okay. Have a nice
day to you.
Yeah, you too. Have a great rest of your day.
Have a nice evening. What time is it, teacher?
Here it's 10:30 a.m.
10:30 a.m. It's about the 1 hour.
Yeah.
1 hour.
1 hour different. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Not too different.
Have a nice day, teacher.
You too, Claudia. You too. Take care, my friend. I'll see you next time.
Take care to you.
Okay, let's see. Hello, Miguel over there. And hello, Abd El Rahim. Yeah, it's not very crowded over there, right? You know, there's plenty of room over in my YouTube channel, and there's no time limit there, too. Let's see. And if they learn the Boston accent, we Bostonians love people trying to sound like us, as long as they do not sound like a New Yorker. That's funny, Chris. Yeah. Funny. Chris is a good guy. You can follow Chris, too. He has a very fun accent that I love. It's one of my favorite accents. It's the Boston accent in America. So if you want to hear a very different accent than mine, you can listen to Chris, and if you like his accent, then by all means. Okay? And yeah, but yes, if you learn the Boston accent, you do need to swear a lot. That is true. Oh, thank you for all the compliments, everybody. I appreciate it. Yeah, but you know, everybody used to ask, where will you be in 5 years? But I feel like that's just a silly, silly question to talk about now, because the world is just changing too much, too fast. Yeah. You know, it's like standing on a sand dune in the wind. The ground beneath you is changing as you stand. You might not be moving anywhere, but the ground is. Okay, let's see. It's siesta time in Spain. Elena, I was just in Spain not long ago visiting my very good friend, my Spanish sister, Belen. And I had a wonderful time in Madrid. I spent about 2 weeks in Madrid. It was great to talk with you, Claudio. And Chris is also a good teacher. Yeah, Chris is great. Chris, you should follow Chris because Chris has really great energy. I wish I had half of his positivity. Neil, be patient and I'll get you up as soon as I can, okay? Hashem says, can we call persons like dear in conversation or when sending emails? Is it impolite or informal, for example, when applying for a job? Very good question, Hashem, because this is a cultural problem that I have noticed from the Middle East in particular. In the Middle East, many people use terms like dear when talking to someone who's a friend or a new person. But yes, I would say in America, in most cases when you're speaking English, no. Dear is only something we use to speak to our wife or girlfriend maybe, but even that has not been, we don't commonly use it anymore. Okay, I haven't heard anyone use it recently. Okay, yes, dear, no, dear. I feel like it's almost sarcastic now, in a way. So, to be honest, I would say no, do not use dear. Definitely not in an email or anything business related or job related. Absolutely not. It's not appropriate in those circumstances, okay? It doesn't translate, all right? So, in the Middle Eastern cultures, it seems to be that's a common thing to do. It does not translate. Just like in India, they often use the term bro. Bro, bro, bro. They say bro. Nice to meet you, bro. How are you, bro? That is also not good. It does not make you sound friendly or good. It makes you sound like you have a speech tic, which means sometimes it's like, are you able to speak without using bro? Because there are some Indians who I've noticed in particular in India. In India, there are two things that are very common: bro and sir. And sir is not terrible. Okay, it's a good word, but to be honest, if you use sir too much, let me think of the right words to describe this. If you use sir too much, it sounds self-deprecating in a way, which means that it's like you feel you're below me too much, right? It's nice to meet you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, I understand that, sir. Can you help me, sir? Are you sure, sir? If you say sir at the end of every single sentence, no. Use sir sometimes, especially when you're saying something particularly polite. Like, if you have a conversation with me, at the end of the conversation, at the end, you can say, "It was a pleasure to meet you, sir." But if you say sir 20 times or 50 times in the conversation, you're not my slave. Why are you talking to me like you're my slave? Do you understand? So be careful. Words like dear and bro and sir, they're not always a good thing to use, and culturally sometimes they do not translate. Okay? That was an excellent question. Yes, siesta for who, Belen? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And there's Belen. You can friend her. Elena, that's my friend Belen there. She's my sister from another mister. Sometimes when we want to say, this is my good friend, I'll say, this is my brother from another mother. Or this is my sister from another mister. Nina says, I'm really anxious these days because I will become a translator to explain products to foreign customers. 不担心，我觉得你可以啊，加油，加油。OK， 说简单的，说慢一点。OK， speak clearly and slowly, you'll be fine. Okay, I think you can do it. Crystal says we use it for emails here. Right, I know. Right, I understand. Culturally, in the Middle East, it's very different. But that's why I'm saying don't use it outside of your culture. Okay? Nina, I have done the same thing. I have done that job in the U.S., right? Sometimes Chinese business people will come here, and I will be a, not translator, but I call it a facilitator, a business facilitator, which means that they usually speak English. They can speak, but maybe the Chinese people who come, maybe their English is not great. So I am there just to help in case there's a problem. And I'll try to explain things more clearly or translate a little bit. But I think you can do it, okay? The British commonly use dear. More than we do, Bellin, that's true. The British do use dear more than we do, but not everyone. Okay? And even I think the British would also agree that in general, the idea of using dear globally is not a good idea. Okay? Anwar says, I stopped broing people since yesterday. Broing people, I like that. Zero foundation. You want to study English, but you're a beginner. It's not easy to learn. But you can. You can do it. It just takes time. Okay? Just takes time. How about darling? No. Also not appropriate. Not appropriate. Okay? What should you use for email? Sir is usually good. Okay? Sir is usually good. Or ma'am, right? Or miss, maybe. Okay? And Anwar, I know that you use sir as a form of respect, but if you use it too much, it sounds like you're my slave. And it sounds awkward, okay? I don't want you to be my slave. You can just say, instead of saying sir, don't say anything, because if you use the word sir too much, it's just too much. Thank you, sir. I understand, sir. I really appreciate your help, sir. Sir, I have another question, sir. It sounds like a tick. It sounds like a word you can't control. Are you able to control the word? Because it doesn't sound like it. If you use it too much, it sounds like the word is controlling you. Okay? You'll have Indian customers. Okay. Well, Nina, do your best. And if they speak and you don't understand them, you can ask them to try to speak slowly and clearly for you, okay? And Nina, if you need to, use technology. Language translation technology is incredible these days. Elena, yes, like, the word like, that's slightly different. When people use like too much, that's called a filler word, right? It's kind of The word or like or right? When you say, well, I went to the store and I bought some bubble gum and it was really yummy bubble gum, but then I found out that bubble gum is not good for you, so I threw it away in the trash and I missed the trash can, but like. That's called a filler word, and yeah, it's a similar problem. Because again, are you not able to control your language? It's a nervous thing that we do when we speak, but it is something that you should learn to control. Yeah. Can you use Mr. or Miss? So here's what I want to do. Since this is a big question everybody's asking, here's what I would like to do. Just give me one moment here. So you guys use dear and sir, and what was the other one? What was the other word? Dear and sir, and what was the other one? Bro. Oh yeah, that's it. I forgot. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, okay. One moment. Okay. I'm asking ChatGPT to give you guys an answer. So here's what I just typed. I typed, in the Middle East and in India, people often use the terms dear, sir, or bro very commonly in their language, but it is not appropriate to use it with such frequency in the English language, especially in business emails or business situations. Please explain what words would be better to use in place of these words from non-natives or for non-natives to understand what words would be more appropriate. Okay? So let's see. It says, let me show you. It says, you're absolutely right. Hold on, I'll make it bigger for you so you guys can read it. Okay, it says, yes, you're absolutely right. Terms like dear, sir, and bro are very commonly used in many parts of the Middle East, South Asia, and beyond. However, in native English-speaking business or professional environments, these words can sound too formal, too casual, or even awkward when used too often or in the wrong context. Here is a clear explanation for non-native speakers along with better alternatives. Dear, common overuse. So dear is okay when you're starting a letter like to your friend. Right? So, dear mom, dear, to your best friend, Kurt, right? Dear Kurt. Okay, so if you're writing a letter, just a letter, not a business letter, that one's okay, right? But what does it say? More appropriate alternatives. Business emails, you just say, hello, the person's name, okay? Or you can say, hello, sir or ma'am, or sir or madam, but only in the beginning. Only in the beginning, not throughout the letter, okay? use it in the beginning, use it at the end. But if you use it 20 times in the middle, that's not good, okay? So, professional messages, just say hi there or hello. General politeness, just use the person's name or hello, your name, right? Okay? So, dear is mainly for formal letters or cover letters, but not everyday communication. All right, sir. Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir. Respected sir. Right? Okay, so more appropriate alternatives. Again, same thing. Excuse me and Mr. or Mrs. Okay? How can I help you today? No need to say sir. Okay? Sir is most commonly used in the military, the police, or very formal service situations. Avoid it with coworkers or in business emails. Bro. This is my favorite one. Bro. Thanks, bro. Bro, can you help me? Hey, bro, what's up? In friendly conversation, you can say, hey, man, hey, buddy, or the better one. Hello, my friend. How can I help you? My friend. What can I do for you today? My friend. In casual conversations, I use my friend all the time. Okay? Bro sounds very casual and slang-like, and it can feel unprofessional. I agree. Bro is unprofessional. It sounds immature. Okay, and again, I'm not judging how it's used in your culture. I understand in your culture it is not the same. I am trying to explain to you that if you say the word bro all the time in my culture, it does not make you sound better. It makes you sound worse. Okay, and hello, Cats, you said, what about mate? If you're from Australia, then say mate. If you're not from Australia, it's a little weird. Okay? It's a little weird. So, general tips. Use names more than titles. Okay? Be polite but neutral. You don't need to sound overly formal or overly friendly. Let the tone and context guide your word choice. Okay? So, that's a general answer from ChatGPT. But you can also ask ChatGPT, please teach me how to write a proper email for business using English. Okay? Please teach me how to write a proper English business email. And it will. It will tell you all the rules. It will tell you all the rules. Okay? Okay, Neil, I know you're waiting, Neil, but I'm trying to answer a lot of questions, okay? So be patient, okay? And Neil, if you really want me to answer your question, you can just type it, and then I'll answer it, right? So if you can't wait, then type your question. But otherwise, please wait. Anise says, we use sir when talking with the teacher. And guess what? You can use sir when you're talking to a teacher in America as well. But don't overly use it because, yeah, it sounds like you're far too beneath me. If you use sir too much, if you use sir a little bit, it shows respect. If you use sir too much, it shows disrespect to yourself. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate all your help, sir. Sir, can I ask you another question, sir? But, sir, sometimes, sir, I really have a trouble with this, sir. That sounds terrible. That sounds like, I think I'm not a good person. I'm way down here. I'm way down there. You're up there, but I'm way down here. That's not showing respect to someone. That's showing disrespect to yourself. Okay? Which is better, the American or English accent? Well, of course, the American accent. No, I'm just kidding. There is no better. Okay? Rock and roll is great. Jazz is great. British accent? Great. American accent? Great. Can I recommend it in any English grammar books? Yes, I can. There's an English grammar book called Basic English Grammar by a company called Saddleback Publishing. That is my favorite grammar book. I recommend that one. Okay? ChatGPT looks on you as a close friend, so it calls you dear. ChatGPT has never called me dear. ChatGPT reflects the language that you give it. Michael, if you say dear, it will say dear back. Okay? But if you don't, it won't. It has never called me dear. It doesn't call me sir. Okay? Hashem, when you ask ChatGPT to write a cover letter, it uses dear in the beginning. In the beginning, yes. Dear at the beginning of a letter is okay. Dear sir or madam, that is fine. Any business letter in the beginning, you can say dear. What I'm telling you is that in the middle of the letter, if you're saying, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, dear. Please, dear, when you have time, reply as soon as possible, dear. No. No. You can use dear one time at the beginning when you say dear sir or madam. That's it. After that, no more. And again, if you speak to ChatGPT and you use the term dear, it will see that and then it will reflect that. But I have never used dear, so it does not say dear to me. Okay? I also use hi plus someone's name in the greeting word with emails. I think that's fine, Riven, but maybe use hello instead of hi. Hi is slightly less formal, right? So just use the full word hello, Jack. Hello, Mary. That's fine, okay? Michael, dear is definitely okay for family and friends letters in the beginning. Dear is okay for business letters if you say dear sir or madam in the beginning, but only in the beginning. And then after that, not. Okay? Hello, Svetlana. And I wouldn't say dear recruiter for sure. Yeah, that sounds awkward. Okay? That's the effect of the culture on speaking manner or when we try to speak by translation. Right. That's right. That's right. Sometimes you're translating things and you're forgetting that you need to also translate culturally, not just linguistically. Okay? Yeah, Hiro Nyan says, I don't really use dear, D-E-E-R. Who made AI? There are many of them. They're all made by different companies. Okay? Is memorizing idioms good or not? It is good. Brian, it's totally okay. I understand. There's a time limit. It's no problem. Don't worry. In Chinese culture, if you call an elder person's name, it's considered rude behavior. Again, that's in Chinese culture. That's why I'm saying, when you learn a new language, you also have to learn a new culture. Okay? So, Riven, 在中国，如果我跟我的老板说话，我常常说您好。不是你好 ，right？ 这是一样的，差不多的 ，OK？ In the formal place, can I use dear teacher or dear friend? In a formal place, at the beginning, yes. At the beginning, okay. Not 100 times in the middle. Okay? That's what I want you to understand. Don't use a word too much because it loses its value and it probably will create a feeling of awkwardness if you use it too much. Okay? So, dear at the beginning of the letter is okay. Dear Mr. Jones, dear sir or madam. If you don't know their name, then you say dear sir or madam. Okay? And sometimes we used to say, to whom it may concern. We don't use that very often anymore, but it's to show that we wouldn't say dear in a business letter. Okay? And Hannah says, in fact, it's normal to call people by their first names in China, whether at work or in school. Yes and no, Hannah. You know, 他们常常告诉我，就是教我，还是不是告诉我，不是教我，他们教我马克老师 right? 老师, that's a teacher, which is a sign of respect, right? There you go. Right? Okay. Good. And we do the same thing in, you know, when I was in college, I would be respectful to my teacher, but I show respect in different ways. In America, let me say this. I think in America, the best way to show respect is not with your words, but with your behavior. Right? So if you come to my classroom and you sit like this, that is not showing respect. If you come to my class and you sit like this and you've got your notes and you're ready and you look like you're listening, that is showing respect. Okay? Is it more common to use Mr. Mark? No. No. 不是. No. We say the family name. We say the family name. We don't say Mr. Mark or Mr. Paul or Miss Jane. No, no, no. We say Mr. Samson. That's my family name. Okay? So we use Mr. plus the family name, not the first name. Okay? All right. I hope you guys understand. I'm not trying to insult anyone, and I'm not saying that any of this is wrong in your culture. In your culture, it's perfectly okay. I know nothing about your culture. I know about my culture. And I'm just trying to explain to you that when you learn a language, you must also learn the manners and the cultural differences in how we speak to each other. Okay? That's what I want you to understand. All right? Right. Simple English over in my YouTube channel said, I used to work at a call center as a representative, and whenever I used sir, they always replied, you can call me by my name. There's no need to say sir. So look, he would talk to people in America on the phone, and he would use sir often. But they would say, you don't need to call me sir. You can call me Mark. Okay? Because, yeah, to be honest, I think most people, most of us here, I don't want to be above you. I want to be at the same level as you. Okay? I want to see eye to eye with you. That's an English idiom. To see eye to eye means to understand each other about something. Okay? But it also is showing a certain equality of perception. Okay? Okay, now, Neil, are you still there, Neil? Neil, do you want to come talk to me now, Neil? Neil, are you here? Neil must have left. Hello, Shushu. Yeah, you can call me Mark. That's fine. I call myself Teacher Mark because, one, I want you to know that I am a real teacher. Okay? Two, because this is not all of me. Okay? This is one part of me. And when I call myself Teacher Mark, it makes me remember that now I'm in teacher mode. I have to be a teacher. I have to change the way I speak and act. Okay? But you can call me Mark. I don't mind. Okay? All right. Well, Neil, I guess you took off. So Alan will come talk to me. Alan, are you there? Hello, Alan. Huh? Why? Weird. If you want to come talk to me, raise your hand. You can. Let me try again. Alan, are you there? No, Alan's not there. So how about Mo? Hello, Mo.
Good evening, my friend.
Ah, see, look, he used my friend. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Before I use sir.
That's right.
Before I use sir.
Yeah, my friend is great. My friend is perfect. You know, I'm not trying to be above you. I want to be on the same level as you. And my friend, it feels welcoming, but not too much. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. Very good. Well done. What can I do for you today, my friend?
Actually, I just downloaded Hello Talk 5 days, so I'm new here.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I've seen you a few times in my stream.
Yeah, I came here for improve my English.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Before I only know very few the basic English and
Okay.
makes a simple conversion with foreigner.
Conversation.
Conversation. Yeah, sorry.
That's
conversation. Okay. Yeah, with foreigner, but I want to deepen my English, and maybe in the future I can find a new job. A better job.
Okay. Yeah. Deepen is a great word to use. The way you used deepen was good. That's you want to improve it, but you could have said improve, but you said deepen. That's a more interesting word to use. I like it. It's better. Yeah, you want to go deeper in the language. You want to understand it more deeply. That's great. Very good.
I just got this word yesterday.
Good. See? And you're using it right away. That's excellent. That's very good. Excellent.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Doesn't defend says, my friend is used for close friends. No, it's not. No, we can use my friend is what I tell everybody who comes on my stage. Hello, my friend. How can I help you, my friend? It's nice to meet you, my friend. My friend is here. It's not too low. It's not too high. It's right in the middle. It's welcoming. It's kind. It's friendly, but not overly friendly. Okay? My friend works almost all the time. All right? Maybe not in business, but even in business, sometimes I might use it. Okay? So definitely, yeah, and it's much better than dear. Yeah. But I use my friend anytime I talk to somebody on Hello Talk. That's the first thing I say is, hello, my friend. What can I do for you today? Okay? Yeah.
Okay.
So, Mo, do you have any other questions for me specifically?
No, sir. I don't think so far. I don't have any questions. I just want to follow you.
Okay.
Because same as yesterday, we talking about some difficult word. Mm-hmm. Actually, I don't understand what's that, but I follow you because I cannot catch the difficult one, but I can catch the simple one.
Yeah, and
Same
those
as
were
the
very
given,
difficult words. Those were very difficult words. So don't worry too much because those words are not normal or common words. And if you noticed, everybody, he did say sir, but he said it one time, and that's fine. Right? So he said, no, sir, but I want to do this and this and this and this and this and this. That's okay. It's when you say sir too much that it doesn't, it sounds like you have no control over your language. Yeah.
Yes, because my job is seaman. I'm chief mate. And maybe to be
Now,
captain
that's
next
right.
year.
That's different. Now we're in the military. In the military, they do use sir a lot. Okay?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, and that would be different. If I join the military, now that's very different. Now I will say sir and ma'am a lot more. But outside of the military, you don't have to be so formal. Yeah, and I'm not telling you to use... I'm not saying you can't say sir. I'm saying you can say it sparingly. Sparingly is a word that just means 一点点. Okay, 一些. Yeah, okay, sparingly. Military, military 中文怎么说？就是那个就是在军事上，对不对？
军事上，对。
Yeah, 在军事上。That's military. Military means the army. Yeah, the army, Marines, Navy, that's the military. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, and you sound great. 我觉得你的英文不错。
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, good. See, he said, thank you, my friend. I like that. That's perfect. That's great. Excellent. Yeah. Very, very good. Yeah, and Mo, where do you live? What city in China?
Actually, I live in Dongying City.
Dongying, okay.
But now I am at Qingdao City.
Ah, Qingdao. All right. Okay. And,
yeah, because I joined the training course for captain.
Ah, okay. All right. So that's your job in the military.
Not in the military. It's in the it's a merchant company.
Ah, I understand. A merchant company. Okay, I understand. Okay,
yeah.
Good.
Actually, it's belong to China government because it's a salvage company.
Oh, interesting.
For rescue.
Oh, wow. That's very interesting. Very interesting. And I think that English would be good for you because sometimes you have international salvage and you need English for that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Good.
Yeah. That's why I want to learn more, practice more. Yeah.
Good. That's great. Yeah.
So I follow you.
Yeah. All right. Well, good. I'm glad. It's good to see you. Yeah. And again, I think you sound great. You know, Mo, your English accent is pretty good because your mouth, when you speak English, you open your mouth wide. That's good. English and Chinese, American English is a big mouth language. Chinese is a small mouth language. So when I speak Chinese, I remember, please make my mouth smaller. Make my mouth smaller. But when I speak English, my mouth is really big, and that's why it's so clear. Okay? That's why it's so clear.
Okay.
So your English sounds pretty good because your mouth is bigger when you speak English. That's good. Yeah.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
You're welcome. And you've learned my friend perfectly. You're using it perfectly. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah. You'll do very well. If you learn how to say my friend in the right place at the right time, it will help you. It will help you. People will feel welcomed and friendly, but not awkward. Okay? So that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you say sir too much, 就是奇怪. 太奇怪. Yeah. So good. Very good, Mo. All right. Well, Mo, it was great to talk to you. And I want you to keep following me and come raise your hand again. Talk to me again. If you ever have any questions, come ask me. Okay?
Okay, my friend.
And
Thank you
can
very much.
you can always go to my website if you want to get a lesson with me too. I'll give you a private lesson. So just go to my website and you can see if you want to buy some lessons from me. Okay. And here's my YouTube channel for everybody, and here is my link tree also if you guys want to follow me. So thank you, Mo, for coming on my stage. I'll talk to you next time. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. It's my glad. Thank you.
That was good. See, he said sir at the end and he said sir at the beginning, but not in the middle. That's good. All right. All right, Mo. Thank you, my friend. I'll see you next time.
Thank you, my friend.
All
See
right.
you.
Bye-bye. See, that was a perfect example. That was a perfect example, okay? My friend, it works. It's much, much more universally useful. Okay? I'm talking like Roman Reigns, the famous wrestler. I don't know who Roman Reigns is. I don't watch wrestling. No, Haifa. The word military. Military is a general word that means any group that serves the country for protection. So, for example, the Navy is also part of the military. The Air Force is part of the military. The Marines are part of the military. The Army is part of the military. Okay, so all of these people, all of these groups, all of those groups, the Army, the Navy, the Marines, and the Air Force, those are all military. Okay? He's a cousin of The Rock. Oh, okay, well, I know The Rock, but not because of wrestling. My website is right here, afiecenglish.com. Okay, and by the way, guys, we were not talking about war. We're not talking about which country is safest. We're not talking about any of that. We're talking about vocabulary words. Those things have no bearing on any of that. Okay? So remember here, everyone is proud of their country. But if you start sounding like you're too proud, it also sounds like you're denigrating other countries. Okay? To denigrate means to speak badly about. So, be proud of your country, that's fine. But too much pride sounds more like arrogance. Okay? Too much pride sounds like arrogance. All right? All right, and who's next? Bruce wants to talk to me. Bruce is next.
Hello, Mark.
Hello, Bruce. How are you?
No bad. I guess this is the second time I join your stage.
Yeah, I remember you. Take your time, Bruce.
Yeah, Mark. You're my good friend.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. Nice to see you again. What can I do for you today?
No bad. Just back home at this time. My daughter is writing her homework, so I stay here. If her have any question, she can ask me. I just wanna make her subject much better.
Okay.
You know,
If she has
yeah.
any questions. If she has any questions.
Yeah. She has question. Yeah. I know. That's why I wanna learn English. You know, I just wanna send an example for her, and you know, such a small age. When I learn English in the university, at that time I find the English is very boring. I don't like another language. But this time, I started to find the new language, especially English. It's much better, and you will find so many nice guys, especially when you chat with some the native speaker. They're from different countries, such as States, UK, and Australia. Some from Japan, Korea. I suddenly find learn new language is much interesting. This and they'll tell me some new cultures,
Yeah.
and I suddenly find I
Yeah.
want to continue.
That's great. Just remember that, yeah, English is great and you can meet many people, but not all of them will be nice. Right?
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
because you know English doesn't mean we're all nice people. There are bad people here. There are good people here. There are bad people in China. There are good people in China. There are bad people in Japan. There are good people in Japan. There are bad people in Russia. There are good people in Russia. There are bad people and good people everywhere. Right? So just remember that sometimes when you meet someone, the first thing you need to figure out is this a good person or not? Yeah, that's all. Okay.
Yeah, and you will also find learn new language. The interesting is most important. Such as in the Chinese school, especially the teacher, they teach the kids. Sometimes they often just do writing, just reading. But I think if you want to learn new language, the first important is input. You need listening. Listening is first important.
Yeah.
If you make a big listening, you find your ears can suddenly, when you find this new language, the sound you find is important. But if you just from the beginning, you just read, just write, but you don't listen. You find it's very boring.
That's right. Yeah.
That's why I'm. Yeah. That's why this time I learn English from the music, from the movies. I find American movies. Friends. I don't know. Friends is a very
very famous TV
nice.
show.
Yeah,
it's great for learning English. Yeah. And 如果他们的老师，如果他们觉得他们说非常无聊的，他们不要学。所以 the teacher has to sound interesting, not boring, right? If the teacher sounds boring, then the kids won't want to learn. Right? So you can't just speak, you have to speak with energy. Yeah.
Especially I remember when I was a teenager, my teacher tell me you need to recite the vocabulary this evening, and next year I will check your vocabulary. If you can't finish that, I will wanna write 10 times. I suddenly find, oh my gosh, it's a very hard duty.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to use the word. And the word, if I remember this word, I don't know how to use it. And I suddenly find it's very boring. But this time, when I chose some, especially the music such as Jackson, such as Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, when I see the relaxing, I suddenly find, every English word in the music, I suddenly find the new words from the lyrics from the music is much easier and it's more interesting. That time, I chose some such as "Baby" is a famous American singer, Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber, sure.
I also chose. I also chose some his music. I suddenly find that time. Very.
That's good, but I will tell you one thing, Bruce. Please remember this, though. English songs. Music does not follow grammar. It doesn't need to follow grammar. Music is like poetry.
Yeah.
Poetry also does not need to follow grammar. So just remember, sometimes when you learn English from songs, it might be okay to use that English with your friends, but it's not okay to use that English on a test. right? Like the IELTS test. Yeah. So just remember that.
Very important.
Yeah, because the language they use in songs is common English, and it does not care about grammar. Okay, when you write a song, nobody is writing the song and saying, "Oh, you can't say that. That's a double negative." No, nobody's saying that when they write songs, right? So just remember that. Yeah,
Mark, this is a very important advice. Such as this time I chat with you in English, I also know I have so many mistakes in the grammar. That's why, because when I in the university, in my high school, in my junior middle school, that time I don't want to learn grammar. I find it's very boring and it's not interesting. So that time, this is the English, the basic English. This time I often choose some grammar books, Cambridge grammar. I learn that again. Such as you tell me, if you want to pass the IELTS examination, the TOEFL, you need grammar.
Right.
It's very important.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, grammar is boring. Grammar is difficult, especially English grammar. The way they explain things sometimes is really terrible. Sometimes their explanations are very complicated and not easy to understand. But you need it. Right? So it's one of those things that it's just hopefully grammar will be improved in the near future. Hopefully they'll make it more simple and make it easier to understand. But right now it is a little complicated sometimes and it's boring. Grammar is the number one reason why anyone does not want to learn a language, right? People don't want to learn any language. French, German, Spanish, Chinese. It's the grammar that they go, oh, man, all those rules, so many rules, right? But you need it. You need some of it, right? But just remember, though, grammar is not language. Grammar is only the guidelines of language. The guidelines. And guidelines, they're just like the lines on the road. I can go over the line on the road. It's, and if there are no cars there, then it's safe, right? But people sometimes they go, don't go over the line. You can't go over the line. No, don't do that. But it's not a big deal. There's no one here, right? So grammar is something that we use to try to make our language more clear. But sometimes if you worry about your grammar too much, then you have a new problem. Your problem is that you're too worried. And if you're worried, you will never speak well. You cannot speak well if you are not confident. And if you always feel like, oh, grammar, then you're going to not speak well. You're going to feel nervous, right? So you should study grammar. You should learn grammar, but don't let grammar become the monster behind you that scares you and makes you unable to speak. Okay? Don't let grammar become the monster behind you. Okay? Bruce, some people said it's hard to understand you, but I understand you just fine, everybody. But I want to tell some people it's not just his accent that you're having trouble with. Some of you, the problem is 现在你的房间有那个回响的，有一点回响。So 没关系。可是你听我。So watch. If you listen to me right now, it's very clear. My voice is very clear, right? But listen. Watch this. If I do this, then my voice will be, oh, now it's hard to understand me. What happened? I can't understand. Oh, no. That's called reverberation. Reverberation. So my room is a music room. It's designed for sound. That's why it sounds so clear. His room has very hard walls, and so the sound
guess,
is a little bit
because
unclear.
my host,
Yeah. Oh no, we lost the connection. Oh, there we go.
my
Bruce, the connection got kind of bad there for a second. I couldn't understand you, but I think.
guess
Uh-oh.
I also want. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, we lost you for just a second, Bruce. The connection got kind of bad there. I don't know if we're losing the connection a little bit. But yeah, just remember, guys, I remember when I took my Chinese listening test, and I was in a classroom that was like that. The room was like, and I could not understand the Chinese, and I was really mad. I was very angry because I know I can understand it, but I couldn't understand it because of the reverberation in the room. So then I asked, can I take the test again with headphones? They said, okay. And I did, and I was fine. I listened and I could understand everything. So you need to remember, sometimes it's not just the accent, it's not just the grammar, it's not just the vocabulary or pronunciation, it's also the room. Yeah, reverberation. That's right. Yeah. But it's fine. You sound fine, Bruce. I understand you just fine. Okay? Yeah, 就是回乡的. Yeah, 有一点回乡的. Okay? Bruce, I understand what you're saying, and yeah, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. So I want you to just keep working on it. Keep working on it, okay? 加油. Yeah. It's not quite the same as echo. Echo and reverberation are similar, but not the same, okay? The difference is reverberation is when you go into a big room, like a church. If you clap your hands, it sounds like this. Echo is when you clap your hands or when you say something like, hello, 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 hello. That's an echo, okay? Reverberation is the sound. How long does the sound go? How far does the sound travel? And you can hear it traveling that far. That's reverberation, okay? But echo is when you can hear the sound repeating. That's an echo, all right? Yeah, it's different. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Mark. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Bruce. Yes.
Oh, I guess the signal is normal.
Yeah, it's okay now, I think.
I guess because I closed the door, so the signal is not very real. Because I live in a very small apartment, so sometimes you find the signal is not better.
Yeah, it's okay.
But this time yeah.
没关系，没关系。
And yeah, I also find that your Mandarin speak very friendly. It's great.
Thank you. I try. I'm still learning. You know.
Yeah. I'm also curious, how do you learn new language such as Mandarin, and you can grab the Chinese so easy?
大概就是自己的，我自己学。Yeah,
Oh,
mostly.
really?
Yeah.
So proud of you.
在台湾6个月我去那个逢甲大学学中文. Okay, so for 6 months, I went to a university in Taiwan and studied Chinese, but most of my study is just me. I just study myself.
Oh, so I guess you are if you learn new language so quickly, it's not easy to say.
Well, I did not learn Chinese
yeah.
quickly. I have been studying Chinese for maybe 10 years. 10 years I've been learning Chinese, at least 10 years. So it's been slow. It's actually been very slow, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm still climbing. The mountain. That's all right. And I'll work on it forever, you know?
Yeah. Such as your Mandarin level, if you travel to China, you will have don't have any
Yeah.
difficulty.
Yeah.
You can easily, order the dinner,
Yeah.
and you can also choose some hotel
Yeah.
and travel to any, city.
I lived in
It's
Taiwan
so easy.
for 4 years. I lived in Taiwan for 4 years. So, yeah, I can do okay. I'm all right now. I can order food. I can, I can do everything. All the daily things that I need to do, I can do fine. If I had to speak about politics, or if I had to speak about science or history, my Chinese might not be good enough for that, but it's good enough for all the daily life things. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to learn new language quickly, first you need practice. Practice make perfect, and every day you are immersed in this environment, you will find you can improve so quickly.
That's
That's
right.
why, such as this evening, I chat with you. You tell me so many good advice, and I also, if you speak English, if I find some new words I don't know, I will write it in my notebook, and I also wanna learn it again. And in the next days, if I speak, use this word, I can grab this word. At the next time, I can uh, speak English such like you, and you tell me some new words. If you use this word it became yours.
Yeah.
If you just remember, don't use that,
Yeah.
sometimes you will find
That's
back
right. Yeah.
repetitions.
That's why I said, though, that's why you have to practice the language in your mind. You have to practice here. The most important place to practice your language is in your mind. But most of you don't do that. Most of you only practice English when you speak or when you write. You must learn how to practice just thinking about English. That's it. If you do that, you can practice a lot more and you'll improve. So if you want to know why can I speak Chinese, it's because I think in Chinese half the day. Okay? Half of my day I spend thinking with English, but some of my day I spend thinking in Chinese, just doing my normal life. I just do all the normal things I do, but I just change the language in my mind when I do them. Okay? And if you do that, then you can practice for many hours every day. Okay?
Yeah, and it's also need a thick face. Don't shy.
That's right.
If you shy,
That's right.
If you shy, you find you can't communicate with native speaker.
That's right.
Such as if I travel to States, I guess I will face so many difficulties if I choose some hotel, if I travel to some new cities, because different people from different cities sometimes they have accent. But I don't worry. I just want to improve myself. If I find some difficulties, I need to work. I need to study hard. That's a new barriers. If I pass the barriers, I will improve my quickly.
That's right.
That's why.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
很多人他们说吞吞吐吐。Right? Yeah, 吞吞吐吐 就是
very nice Chinese idea.
I really want, but maybe, but no, just speak with confidence, right? Speak with confidence. Yeah. So Bruce, I think you sound great. I think you sound great. Yeah. So
Thank
keep
you.
working on it. Yeah.
You're
Practice
my
makes
friends.
perfect.
And next time when you travel to China, I also want you travel to Qingdao City. It's not far from my city. We can drink together. I don't know, do you like seafood? Do you like beer? If you like that, we can.
I love it.
Together.
Yeah, absolutely. Seafood and beer, that sounds great. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
I hope so. One day, Bruce.
Remember, you like to play the guitar.
Not the guitar, drums. 我是鼓手.
Oh,
Yeah.
drum.
Yeah.
I also very look forward to Please, sure.
Okay.
We can together.
Yeah, sure,
you can
sure.
teach-
I
you
can
can teach
teach
me.
you. Sure. No, I can teach you. That sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Bruce, I
Sometimes
want to let you go because I need to talk to some other people here today. But it was really good to see you
Okay.
again, and come back and see me again sometime. Okay.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay.
Sometimes I find the chat with you, the time flies so quickly. And good luck. God bless you.
Thank you very
See next
much.
time.
Take care, my friend. I'll see you next time,
Bye.
Bruce.
Bye-bye. See you next time.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Let me check the comments here. Give me one moment to read the comments. Mari says, can you suggest for me what kind of exercises I can do to practice to speak as clearly as you? Sometimes I feel like I put too many words for saying an easy phrase. Maori, that is the art of conversation. That is the art of speaking, right? And Maori, since you're from Italy, I will use an Italian concept. Italy had many, many great sculptors, but to learn how to sculpt, to make a sculpture, right, to make a statue or something, that takes practice. It takes a lot of time to learn how to shape the clay into something beautiful, right? Language is just like that, okay? Beautiful words, they take time to develop. Okay, most people don't speak beautifully right away. Okay, it takes time. It takes practice. All right, but I will tell you that there is another thing that you should remember. The more you think, the better you will speak. So I think a lot. I think too much, to be honest. And that's part of the reason why. Because I honestly do spend time thinking about how can I say this better. Often. It's my job as a teacher to try to speak well. It's my job as a teacher to try to explain things in a way that most people can understand clearly. It's my job as a teacher to try to use words that inspire and enlighten. Okay? But that takes practice. That takes practice and contemplation. Okay? Yes, I have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is right here. Oh, no, that's my website. That's my website. Here's my YouTube. Sorry. Okay? Let's see. Please be patient. I'm trying to get all the comments that I wasn't able to answer while I was talking to Bruce. And Anna was talking about functional grammar. Yeah, that's right. Is, you know, if unless you're taking an IELTS test, functional grammar is fine. Okay? Let's see. Thank you for all the compliments, everybody. Too many compliments. Nali, nali. You can't understand the different accents. Well, that's normal. I would say try to understand one to begin with. Don't make your life harder by listening to 10 different accents. Choose one. Focus on that one for a while. Okay? Focus on that one. Why do you understand when I speak, but you don't understand someone else? Because my job is being an English teacher. Any good English teacher should care about their language more than most people. Okay? That's why. I am still climbing the mountain. That's right. I am still climbing the mountain. Can you talk to me without a camera? Yes, you can. It doesn't. You can turn the camera off. It doesn't matter. I like to see a person if I can. It's better. I feel like I can connect better if I can see you. But I understand culturally, sometimes that's not comfortable for some people, and that's fine. Wow, thank you very much for that wonderful compliment. I appreciate that, Wang. Let's see. YouTube is forbidden in China. 我知道。可是，如果你用好特别的魔法，我觉得你可以用。Oh, and look, I need to have someone banned. That's always nice when I need to have someone banned. I'm drinking iced coffee. How Dojo? 我学中文大概10年, about 10 years, maybe more. Okay. Okay. 我知道，可是 I don't make the rules for China. I'm just telling you. All right? There are many people I know in China who do use my YouTube channel. Okay? There are many people who do use it. That's all I'm saying. Okay? And I understand, but it's weird because what is on my YouTube is my Hello Talk. And this is allowed, right? So it's kind of funny because everything that is on my YouTube is right here. This is it. This is what is on my YouTube. So it's a little weird, right? The rules are a little funny. Yeah. But it's not my place to say. It's not my rules. You do you, okay? Whatever you think is great, that's great, okay? Why do many people say I appreciate it frequently? Well, because that's polite. When you feel like someone has been nice to you, then we say, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing for me. I appreciate it. Okay? It's polite. Okay? All right, and let's see, who was patient enough to talk to me? Alan is still waiting. I don't know why. Let's try Alan again. Yeah, Alan's not allowed to come up for some reason. How about William? William has been waiting. Dr. Suela, if you want to come up, you have to raise your hand. You didn't raise your hand. I don't see your hand raised. Hello, William. How are you, my friend?
Hello. Oh, hello, my friend.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Me too. I'm very glad to see you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and what can I do for you today?
Yeah, so nice.
Do you have a question for me or something I can help you with today, William? Or do you want to just talk?
No, I think I need a ready question.
Okay. All right, that's okay. So do you want to just chat? We can just chat.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So
No.
什么?
I want to see. I feel happy to see you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you can say that. I feel happy to see you. That's fine. Or you can say, William, you can say, it's good to see you again.
Oh, yes.
It's good to see you again. Yeah, it's good to see you again. That's what you can say. All right. Nice to meet you is what we say the first time. After the first time, then we say, it's good to see you again.
Oh, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, good. Well done. Yeah.
Yes.
So, William, 今天你做什么？用英文告诉我。
Oh, I worked. I worked and I played soccer.
You worked and played soccer, okay? And 我忘记你做什么工作。
I'm a teacher. I'm PE teacher.
对啊, I remember now. Yeah, okay, PE teacher. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
When I was in Taiwan, if I asked my students, "What's your favorite class? What's your favorite class?" They all say PE, PE, PE.
Really?
Yeah. All the Chinese students, they love PE class because that's the one class they don't have homework.
Yes.
Yeah, 在 PE 他们没有功课。Yeah.
But you know if you in mainland they don't like PE teacher.
Oh, really? That's weird.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
为什么？
They feel tired.
They feel tired. Ah, well, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
PE, everybody, PE, it means physical education. Physical education. Yeah, so it's gym class.
Yes.
It's gym class. Sometimes we call it gym class. Okay?
As a sports teacher.
Yeah, 都可以
Yes or no?
都可以 You can say sports teacher, but 我们常常说 PE teacher 还是gym teacher. Okay, 都可以这是非常普通的 very common.
But gym teacher 是不是健身馆的老师？健身教练？
在美国这是一样的。在中国 maybe 不一样. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so PE class and gym class are considered the same thing in America. We have one class called health class. Health class is different. Health, that's when we learn about our body, we learn about nutrition, we learn about in health class you have homework and you have a book. In PE class, there's no book, there's no homework. You have to do sports, you have to do exercise, you have to play soccer, you have to play volleyball, you have to play baseball, you play sports, you do activities and exercise, right? So physical education class is, and in America, it's the same. Gym class and physical education, 一样的, this is the same, right? But health class is different. Health class is where we learn about nutrition and we learn about the facts of and information about physical education or the physical body. Okay?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, most kids, I think, in America, many kids also, their favorite class is PE. But it's just because that's the one class when they can play and they can have fun and they don't have homework. So that's why they love PE. They play basketball. They play baseball. You know, they don't have homework to do, you know? So.
Yeah, yes.
But I bet I think your students like you.
Yeah. When I was a young student, I like PE teacher very much.
Oh, good. Okay. Good.
Yes.
我觉得你的学生他们也喜欢你。我觉得 Yeah. I think
你怎么知道？
I think your students also like you.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Because I like them.
Good. That's good. If you like your students, then yeah, they will like you. Yeah. Alyssa asked, how do you call trainers in the gym then? We call them trainers. That's exactly what we call them. In a gym, we say, I have a trainer. So, guys, the word gym is short for gymnasium. Gymnasium in English, the modern meaning, the meaning now is the building where you play sports is the gymnasium. Okay? And we call it gym for short. Okay, so let me show you. Gymnasium. 等一下，我看一下 gymnasium.
Neither.
Yeah, gymnasium 在中国就是中文就是那个健身房，健身房。
哦，健身房。
Yeah, 就是一个大楼 right? 所以gymnasium. Gymnasium is the big word, gym is the short word. So, my high school has a gymnasium. We go to the gymnasium for PE class. That's where we go for PE class, okay? So gymnasium is the long word, gym is the short word, G-Y-M. That's the short word. I'm going to the gym. So going to the gym has two meanings. Sometimes it means the school gym where you have class. Sometimes it means I'm going to the place where I pay money to work out every month, right? So like, what is it called? World Gym. World Gym. That's a very famous place where you can exercise, right? You pay money every month, okay? The word gymnasium, it's a Greek word. It's a Greek word. 这是希腊的。
Greek.
Yeah. 这是希腊的，希腊文。就是那个 gymnasium. It comes from the word. It means. The word actually in Greek, it just means to exercise or to train. Actually, it's funny. The Greeks always exercised naked. Neku. 他们没有衣服。Yeah, 奇怪, right? 奇怪. Yeah, that's how the Greeks were a long time ago. 现在, no, not now, but a long time ago. That's the way they did. They worked out only with no clothes, right? So the word gymnasium, the original meaning, the first meaning was the place where you went to work out or exercise naked. That was what you did. Now, it's not like that now. Of course, it's not like that now. But there are two kinds of gymnasium. There's gymnasium in the school. It's a building in the school. That's where you have PE class. Or there's the gymnasium that you go to. Maybe I will go to the gymnasium to work out. I'll go to the gym. Okay, we call it going to the gym. What's the difference between a coach and a trainer then? Sometimes coach and trainer are sometimes the same, but coach is usually for a team. So a baseball team has a coach. A football team has a coach, right? So, but the word coach is a noun and a verb, right? So sometimes coach is a noun. I am a coach, but if I say, I am coaching you, it means I am helping you learn this thing. I am teaching you. Coaching is like helping you learn and encouraging you, right? So your coach says, 加油, 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 right? That's your coach, right? That's a coach. They say, come on, let's go. That's a coach, right? A trainer, sometimes they're like that. Sometimes a trainer will encourage you also. But let's see. Training Trainers are usually just for teaching you how to work out. Okay, so a trainer is someone who helps you understand, how do I do this exercise, and how do I do the one with my arms like this, and am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? How much should I do it? Right? That's a trainer. A coach is usually a word used for a team. Okay, like a soccer coach, baseball coach, football coach, basketball coach. Okay. Trainer is someone who helps you work out. A little bit different. Tennis coach also. That's correct. That's right. A trainer is for personal. Why didn't I say that? That's perfect, Mo. Yeah, coaches are usually for a team. Usually, but not always. Sometimes, right, sometimes people call me an English coach. Sometimes. Because I am a teacher, but I also am a motivator. Motivator means I tell you, 加油, come on, 你可以,手能成桥,每天你需要试试看. Right? That's a motivator. They tell you, yeah, come on. Yeah, that's right. So sometimes coach can be used for someone that's not for a team. Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. I see.
Mm-hmm. So, William, it's late. 这是 midnight. It's very late. 很晚. 你
Yes.
你有一点累吗?
Yes, I feel tired, but I see you. I'm not tired.
That's good. Okay. All right. 我觉得你是夜猫子.
No.
不是. Okay. All right.
I like listen you say something.
Okay. All right. 谢谢.
Because I can understand you.
Good. I'm glad. All right. Well, good. Well, William, 我觉得我肚子饿，所以我需要吃什么？我不知道什么。So, but I'm hungry. 现在 I'm very hungry, so I want to go maybe eat my lunch. Okay, so I will talk to you next time. Okay, but it was nice to talk to you. Okay, and come back and see me again. Okay.
Okay. See you next time.
Bye bye. 晚安.
Bye. 晚安. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, coach is a funny word. Coach used to only be for sports, but it has a bigger meaning now. There are many kinds of coaches. Okay, there are financial coaches. There are language coaches. There are. Let me see. Let's find a list of coaches. What kinds of coaches are there? Life coach, executive coach, career coach, relationship coach, business coach, health coach, leadership coach, sales coach. Many kinds of coaches. Okay? So, the most common meaning is for a sports team. That's the most common meaning, is for a sports team, like a basketball coach, baseball coach, football coach, volleyball coach. That's the most common. But there are many kinds of coaches now. And coach used to only mean somebody who helps a whole team. Now it does not mean that always. Okay? Dog coach. We usually say dog trainer. But I bet there is probably somebody who calls themselves a dog coach. I bet. Let's find out. If I type in dog coach, let's see what happens. Dog coach. Yep. Dogcoachinternational.com. or dogcoach.com. So there you go. There's a dog coach. My Dog Coach. There's a book called My Dog Coach. Meet Lisa Desatnik, certified dog trainer and coach. Let's see. Canine coach dog training. Yeah, good. So again, yeah, coach is a word that can be used for many things. Okay? Many things. All right, let's see. Again, if you did not raise your hand, then I cannot talk to you. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Red Rose has been waiting. Let's talk to Red Rose, and then I have to go have lunch. I'm hungry. Well, Doctor, I don't see your hand raised. I don't see your hand raised on the list. Are you sure you hit the raised hand button? You have to hit a button. There's a button. I don't mean in real life. I mean on your phone. There's a button. Raise hand. Ah, now there is. Yeah, now you've got it. Hello, Dr. Swella.
Hello, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Actually, I raised my hand, but maybe some mistake or something like lagging in my applications.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Technology, you know. Yeah. So, what can I do for you today?
Maybe I have a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
Maybe like advices for me and other here.
Okay.
Actually, may I travel to UK during this year in October? I hope. Maybe I catch a scholarship to complete my postgraduate study. So sometimes when I do a conversation with someone, I can explain my idea very correctly. For example, I am a medical laboratory science. If you ask me something related with my science or my job, I can explain it very correctly. But if you ask me to explain this room and what's happened in this room, maybe I missed a lot of vocabulary to explain it correctly. So maybe I think when I'm traveling to any Europe country who speak English or something like that, I'm asking myself, how can I train myself to explain everything happens around me?
Okay.
So that's my first questions.
So you need a notebook. You need a notebook or a note in your phone. Okay, that's first. And then every day, I want you to look around and see if there's anything you don't know how to say. So look around the room right now and think, do I know how to say that in English? Do I know how to say that in English? And if you don't, then write it down and go find out. Go look it up. Search online, do a search on ChatGPT, find the English words for that, and make a notebook that defines the things in your life. Okay, so vocabulary, guys. When you're learning vocabulary, there are two ways to do it. You can learn vocabulary from books, but the books, maybe some of those words are not that useful in your life. But you can do vocabulary another way. Look around. Look around. Do you know how to say all of these things in the language you're learning? If you don't, that's something you should work on. That's your homework. Your homework is to look around the room and say, do I know how to describe this or not? Right? That's what I would say. This is what I do with Chinese. Same thing. I have a notebook. I have many notebooks where if I don't know how to say something, then I'll write it down in English, and then I will go look and find the Chinese for it, and then I'll learn it. Okay? And this is very, very useful because all of these words are part of your life. That's very useful vocabulary. Okay? So that's what I would say is there is no easy way to do it, but this is a good way. Okay, it's not easy, but it's an effective way. Okay, so get a notebook or get a phone app, right? A note app. Okay, I think it's better to write it with your hands. If you write it, your brain remembers things better when you write than when you type. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's what I would do. But it's really good that you recognize that your English is great when you're talking about your job, but your English needs, you need to find all the holes in your language. That's what I call it, finding the holes in your language. There are many holes, like, I can talk about this, but I don't know how to talk about that. I can talk about this, but I don't know how to talk about that. Those are holes. Okay, so you have to find them and then define them. Find them and define them. Repeat after me, everyone. Find them and define them. All right, that's how it works. Okay?
Okay, Mom. Thank you very much. My second question is related with something called functional grammar. So I focus more to practice my grammar, but sometimes I listen to the English teacher and they told me that the grammar is not necessary in English conversation, but maybe it is very important in formal conversation.
That's correct. Yeah.
Between them.
So first, I will say this. Life is not a grammar test. That's first. Life is not a grammar test, okay? But you're right. If you are in a more formal environment, the more formal your environment is, the more people expect you to have more formal language. So they expect your grammar to be a higher level when you're in a formal environment. But if English is not your first language, I still think it's not the same for you as it is for me. So if I'm at university and I'm studying, something, I'm studying history, English is my first language. They expect me to have excellent grammar in that environment because that is my language. But if there's a student next to me who's from Pakistan or who's from, China or from Brazil, and English is not their first language, I don't think anyone expects them to have the same level of grammar as I do. Now, if they have excellent grammar, everyone will be very impressed. People will say, wow, your grammar is amazing. It's incredible. But sometimes you don't need to worry about it too much because it's not your first language. So do the best you can. Do the best you can. Yeah.
Sorry, I can leave. And I listen to you.
Okay, that's okay. That's all right. If you're busy, that's all right, Doctor. Go ahead and listen to me and I'll tell you some more, all right? So, yeah, guys, again, if you're in a business environment or a school environment or some kind of a formal environment, yeah, the more you can use proper grammar, the more people will listen to you. And here's why. The word grammar is related to the word glamour. Do you guys know the word glamour? Glamour. What does glamour mean? Do you guys know that word? What does glamour mean? Bellin says it means fancy. Okay, so if I say she's very glamorous, what does that mean? Gorgeous, shining, fashionable, right? Right. Now, let me ask you a question. If you see a glamorous person, it's almost like a magical thing. Like you have to look at them. They're so beautiful, they're so charming that you must look, right? So guess what? The word glamour, the original meaning of glamour, means magical. And the word grammar is related to the word glamour. Why? Because if you have beautiful words, it's like magic. People will listen to you. Okay? So grammar is related to the word glamour, which is related to the word magic. Why? Because if you have brilliant words, people all pay attention to you, almost like you're magical. You casted a spell on them. You cast a spell and you say, you must listen to me, abracadabra, ba-bum. Right? That's how it works. Brilliant words are like magic. Okay? Just like when you look beautiful and glamorous, people must look at you. Okay? Jubair, you can get a speaking partner here on Hello Talk. Here, you can get a speaking partner here. This is Hello Talk. You're using it. This is the only app I use for speaking partners. Okay? Kids use perfect grammar without studying it. No, they don't, Pablo. No, they don't. We study grammar. Believe me, we study grammar in school. But then, once we leave school, we forget grammar or we don't care about grammar anymore. So guess what, Pablo? If you go on Facebook right now, Pablo, it will take you only 1 minute to find a native speaker with terrible grammar. If you go on Facebook, it's so easy to find people who speak really poorly. Or write really poorly, I should say. Okay, why? Oh, it's kind of a complicated answer about why, but mostly because most people don't care about grammar. But most people don't understand what I just said. The more grammar you have, the better your words are, the more magic you have. So if you want to have powerful magic, have powerful grammar. Okay? That's really the hey, Noonie, how are you? Good to see you. Okay, so I need to go because I'm hungry. I'm hungry. If I move this microphone down here, you're going to hear my stomach is making noises. I need to go, okay? So I will be back later. I'll be back tonight. Later tonight. Okay? But right now I need to go eat and do some work. All right? But people are always saying they don't learn grammar. I don't know who those people are, but those people are wrong. Okay? I'm an English teacher. I went to school. We learned grammar. Of course we did. You cannot learn a language and not learn grammar. Okay? Now, there are some schools in America that don't focus on grammar as much as we used to when I was a boy, but they still teach it. Okay, they still teach it. All right, thank you very much, Noonie. Thank you, Jubair. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you. What time will it be? 在中国就是大概9点还是10点 Okay, about 9 or 10. Okay, so 9 or 10. My time is evening. Your time is morning. Okay, so 在美国就是晚上，在中国就是早上。Okay. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.